All right, we're going to revisit anchoring heuristic. First impressions matter. So, anchoring is the cognitive bias where the first piece of information we encounter strongly influences our subsequent judgments and decisions, even if the anchor is arbitrary or even irrelevant. So, let's say, for example, that you're selling a car that you know it's worth around 15,000. That's what you want. Knowing the power of anchoring, you start the negotiation with a high but not outrageous price, asking of $20,000. So what's going to happen is, well, one common knowledge and experience and process for this is somebody always asks, says something higher because they know it's going to negotiate. So it's not anchoring, right? That's a common thing we do just because we know somebody's going to negotiate. But the thing is you want to use that number to anchor a higher price because now once you get closer to 15, obviously you want 16 or 17, whatever. But when you get further away from that 20,000 that you said, it feels like it's more and more of a deal that you're giving them. So you set that anchoring price, and then what happens is it becomes reasonable, kind of welcome. They're going to go back to their friends and family, say, "Man, I really got a good deal from this person. They were, asking 20, and I got it for 17." Meanwhile, you're like, "Hey, I was looking for 15." Right? All right. So let's take it and talk about a work life example. Let's say you're pitching a proposal. You need a budget. Instead of just going out there and saying, "Hey, I need $100,000 for this." It's a big number. There's nothing to substantiate that. What does that mean? So you anchor it. So what you could do is say a couple of our competitors for this effort, they have a budget of 150,000, and then you say, "I'm looking for 100,000." Well, it's not $100,000 over nothing that was not talked about, just $100,000. Now it's like $50,000 less than what the competitors are doing. I remember when I worked at a company and we were talking $1 million, right, which is a significant uh, increase from what our budget was. So what I did is I went and found the budgets of some competing companies of what the organizations of what they did. And then I used that to anchor. So all of a sudden, me saying, you know what, we should increase our marketing budget to $1 million. It was seems reasonable all of a sudden. It's like, well, they're spending the same or more. And so now this request is reasonable. It doesn't look like an increase from what we had. It looks like a decrease from what everybody else is spending. So that's the anchoring heuristic. Just stop for a moment, make some notes because there's a lot of ways that you can apply this to your everyday professional and work life.